What's going on, everybody? It's your boy SBJ back with another video. So, you've probably seen Spider-Man Homecoming already. Two reasons make me think this. Number one, you clicked on a video that said that there would be spoilers. It's not going to be full spoilers because I did a full spoiler review over on the podcast, Welcome to the Internet. It will be coming out tomorrow. We streamed live last night, but the recording from that session will be coming out tomorrow. So when I get that link, I'll let you guys know. The other reason I'm assuming that you've seen it is because it's breaking all kinds of records for Sony, and it pushed the MCU over 12 billion with a B annually. Alright, let's get right into this. I think it was an amazing movie, an amazing comic book movie that borderlines on being a great film. If you've seen me review comic book movies before, you know that there's a difference between a great comic book movie and a great movie. Spider-Man, there are some issues, but overall, it's just a pretty good movie. You go in there and Tom Holland really just holds the show. You know how if somebody has an unexpected performance, you kind of say that they stole the show? Tom Holland holds the show. Coming into this movie, not everybody, but the majority of people were already deeming Tom Holland as the definitive Spider-Man. And after watching this movie, I feel like that's solidified. With the old movies, I feel like Tobey Maguire was a better Peter and Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man. But with the addition of Tom Holland to the mix, Tom Holland has the overall edge, period, on both aspects. Marvel, the MCU, has proven how well they control with this movie. From rumors that came out to backlash over Zendaya's character and all that type of stuff. They did it again. The MCU did it again. They crafted together a well-oiled, cohesive project, and the box office is backing that up. You know, box office numbers don't necessarily indicate how good a film is, especially opening weekend numbers, but I think this will have a pretty long run in theaters because it's a good movie. I loved it. For everybody that saw this and saw the twist about the Vulture being Liz's dad, that was pretty good. They had one of the best scenes, in my opinion, of a comic book movie ever, best written scenes, where Peter is taking Liz to Homecoming. He gets to the door to pick her up, and the Vulture, Adrian Toomes, played by Michael Keaton, opens the door. And then Peter comes in, and they play on that whole trope of a guy coming to take a girl out and her father playing that overprotective role and, you know, being intimidating. But it's turned on his head because the reason Peter, yes, he's still a 15-year-old boy, so yes, he is a bit intimidated by his date's father. But the main reason that Peter is bothered in all of this is because he knows that that's the Vulture. So from the moment that Peter knocks on the door until Peter actually goes into the school, that may have been outside of something that's supposed to be super serious and super grand scale and everything, or heart-wrenching or whatever, that may have been my favorite sequence in the entire MCU. I think it was that well written and that well portrayed by the actors. So, what you want to know, should you go see the movie? Of course you should go see the movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you have seen it, go check it out again. If you liked it, you might not have liked it. These things are subjective. But anybody that liked it, what we want is for Sony to understand that this was the right move to make, so that we can continue to have this deal working the way that we want it to work. I'm not sure if the details have come out about the deal specifically, but I don't know all of them, and I'm not sure how long. I think the deal lasts for 2 more solo Spider-Man movies, and I don't want it to stop there, because, like I said, this is the Spider-Man movie that we should have gotten. This is the only Spider-Man movie we should have ever gotten. Spider-Man 1 and 2 were amazing, but because they were so successful, we got Spider-Man 3 was a train wreck. Amazing Spider-Man 1 was okay, but because it was so successful and Sony decided they wanted to make their own universe, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was trash. So we want this. This is the Spider-Man we want. Hopefully they keep that going. It was, like I said, it was a great movie. You're going to enjoy it. You can take the kids. Of course you can take the kids. It's a Disney film. But you can take the kids. They'll enjoy it. You can take the adults. There are jokes for the adults. There are storyline beats for the adults and everything. Particularly, one of my favorite scenes was the very last scene when Peter gets his suit back from Tony, and he's putting on the costume, but he has the mask off, and May comes into the room, and she's like, "What the?" And the screen cuts off. Like, that's the best way to end it. Also, the end credits scene with Captain America, it was hilarious. It goes along with my whole MCU as being a troll thing. I'm actually that's what the blog this week is gonna be about, explaining the whole trolls thing surrounding Spider-Man. So I'll get more in depth with that there. I don't give number ratings, but definitely go see it. If I get a chance, I would go see it again in theaters. I definitely would. And it's not too many movies that I would say that for. I'm probably a little bit biased because, full disclosure, Spider-Man was my first ever comic book. It was a Clone Saga title. I can't remember specifically what volume, but yeah, it was my first couple comic books were all from the Clone Saga. So Spider-Man, and I loved the cartoon as a child and all of that other good stuff. So I'm a little bit biased, but it was amazing. I've seen a couple people make some nitpicky criticisms, and I say nitpicky because I won't necessarily say they were wrong, but I don't know. I don't think they hold much weight. I think that's a situation where you're just looking for something to call wrong. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a perfect movie. Like the Flash's portrayal, I don't understand why they did that. It didn't make sense, but I don't know. So, gonna go ahead and end this. Remember, the podcast of the full spoiler review will be out tomorrow. I will get you guys that link somehow. The troll thing is explained there a little bit more than I went into detail here. Also, that blog post will be out Friday, which will go into depth and fully explain the whole troll thing. Until next time, I'm SBJ, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.